Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about products that I'm not going to be buying. If you guys didn't see, I did my first anti-haul a few weeks ago and you guys seem to really like it. I love the idea of an anti-haul. I'm going to go ahead and leave the two people that I have seen do this and really blow it up down in the description box below. But basically an anti-haul is very helpful because I'm going to be discussing products that I'm not interested in buying and why. And maybe if you guys were in the market for the same products, it will save you some money, or maybe I will convince you that you need it in your life. But in no way is an anti-haul dissing any brands or products. You guys will just have to watch and see for yourself. This is not a diss video, but in our day-to-day lives, we're always talking to our friends and family about what products are coming out and why or why not we want to buy them. So I really enjoy this concept of video. So a lot of you requested that I make this a regular thing, and that is what I'm going to start doing so long as you guys want to see them. So if you like the anti-haul, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're interested in hearing about some new releases and new products that are about to come out or have come out that I am not interested in buying and why, then just keep on watching. So these videos are a little bit weird for me to film because I'm literally just sitting down and talking to you guys. I don't have any products to show you or anything. So before I film an anti-haul, I always make a little list of the products that I am going to be talking about, the reasons why, and the prices and everything like that. So I have my little list. So if you see me reading from that, that's why. But I do have some pretty hot topic products to talk about in this video. So please do not get offended. I know so many people are interested in everything that releases, and a lot of people are going to be interested in these things, and it's not that I wouldn't like them, I just have different reasons for not wanting certain products. So of course I want to start off with the most controversial item out of this anti-haul. I am not going to be buying the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. So this is a brand new palette to the line. It's going to cost $54. It might be out right now actually, but it did pre-release I think for a day, so a lot of people do have their hands on this palette now. But I am not going to be one of them. It's so hard because I am such a lover of the Urban Decay Original Naked palette. That was my first high-end product ever. But I feel like, and don't shoot me, I feel like the warm tones are kind of overdone, and I'm just not interested looking at it. It has nothing to do, by the way, with the terrible swatches that I saw. I know that not everyone swatches things the same, and swatches are not always an accurate representation of how things are going to apply on the eye anyways. So if I were to buy the palette, I'm sure it would perform just fine. I've seen a few videos of people using it and loving it so far, so that's great. That's not really the reason why I don't want it. I kind of have a palette that I want instead, so I'm not going to waste my money on a similar warm toned palette. So the palette that I have my eye on, and the reason I'm not going to be buying the Urban Decay one, is the new Tarte palette from Tarte. So Tarte is going to be releasing a palette in the fall called Toasted, and it has that same kind of vibe to it, and I don't feel like I need another warm tone palette, but when that Tarte one comes out, I know I'm going to want it because I'm such a huge fan of the Tarte palettes. The Tarte 1 and Tarte 2 have always been some go-to palettes in my collection for traveling, so of course I like warm tones, so I want to add another one of those Tarte palettes to my collection. So basically, long story short, I don't need the Urban Decay because I know in the fall I'm going to have a palette that I like better. So if you guys didn't know about the Tarte palette and you guys were thinking about getting the Urban Decay one, I kind of love Tarte over the Naked. I would personally recommend waiting for the Tarte one just because I really prefer the Tarte palette formula over the Urban Decay Naked palettes. So that's just my recommendation and that's just my decision. So that is the first item that I'm not going to be buying. So this next product is not really a matter of formula or anything like that. It is going to be the Kat Von D Saint and Sinner eyeshadow palette. It has not released yet, but it's in the works right now, so I kind of feel a little bit guilty saying I'm not going to be buying it. I'm honestly not really going to even give it a chance because by the looks of it, the packaging is huge. And even though that's really amazing for some people, that's not amazing for me. I'm kind of running out of space. I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, and the smaller the better for me, especially if I'm going to keep growing my collection. collection. I really don't need anything that's going to be super large or awkward to store. It does look like it's going to have some fun colors, which also isn't really me, so I am going to pass over the Saint and Sinner eyeshadow palette. But let me know, are you guys super excited for that? Is it like a statement piece that you want in your collection if you have more room than I do? Let me know, and let me know your thoughts on that palette. Now, another product that I kind of wanted but I decided to be a normal human being and not buy is the Becca Champagne Pop Anniversary Edition. It's such a beautiful compact. It has a little champagne bottle on it with little bubbles pressed into the powder, and honestly, I am a huge fan of champagne pop, but I have ordered everything so far that had champagne pop in it. So I have a bunch of champagne pops in palettes. I have the original pressed champagne pop, and so I don't need another one. I kind of wish that I could have the anniversary one in place of my other one, but I'm not about to spend another $38 for a little compact that I already have like 4 or 5 of in my collection. But if you guys do not already own champagne pop and you want to buy a full-size champagne pop, I would get the anniversary edition. I think it even has rose gold on the outside of the little compact, so that is adorable, but I will not be purchasing it. Next up is another brand that I love. All of these are brands that I love, you guys. I have nothing against the brands. It's just the products themselves are not interesting me for one reason or another. As you can probably tell by now, I'm not bashing any company or anything like that. But I'm not going to be buying the new collection from Lime Crime. I really have been enjoying Lime Crime products, but they are releasing a mermaid collection, and I talked about this in my last anti-haul. I know a lot of people disagree with me, but I'm kind of over the iridescent colors, the holographic colors, the mermaid, the unicorn. It's just not something that interests me anymore. I want to get back to the artistry of things. I want to start focusing on my skills and just high quality products, not so much, I don't know, not so much the novelty of things, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to be offensive at all. I know that there's a lot of amazing things that people can do with color and with iridescent color, and that is beautiful, but that is not for me. So they're going to be releasing a highlighter trio palette. I do have the other one. I believe it's called Opals, and so I don't need another kind of iridescent palette in my collection for highlighting, and that is going to retail for $38. So I can definitely skip over that and save my money since I'm not interested in that kind of trend anymore, but it is something to keep an eye out for if you guys are mermaid lovers, unicorn lovers, and you love that style of makeup. That will be coming soon to Lime Crime. The next product that I am not going to buy is probably something that you guys are going to judge me for. I'm not sure. Maybe some people will feel the same way, but I am not going to be purchasing the Too Faced Glitter Bomb palette. So I'm not going to be buying this because I don't like sheer eyeshadows. I don't know if that's going to be sheer, but by the looks of it, it's just going to be a pressed glitter, which has never interested me before. I love shimmer and I love ultra foils. Like I just reviewed the Jouer foiled eyeshadow palette. I love that. I love pigment. But when I hear glitter bomb, I don't hear pigment. I just hear like loose shimmery glitter, which I don't really want on my eyes, and I feel like it might be hard to work with. So that is something I will be keeping an eye out for reviews of, and if for whatever reason I get it from Too Faced, I will let you guys know if it's any good or not, but unfortunately I can say that it doesn't interest me enough to buy it right now, so that is something that I'm going to be skipping over. And last up, I have another product that I wasn't really going to include in this anti-haul because it's already been released, but I've had so many comments asking me to buy them and review them, and I don't want them, you guys. I'm sorry, but I am not going to be buying the NARS liquid blushes. So the liquid blushes are $30 each, and the reason why I'm not going to be buying them is I don't have any NARS powder blushes. So I don't have, actually, I only ever had a NARS concealer. I don't have a lot of things from NARS, but for whatever reason, NARS is a brand that I've been staying away from. It might be the price, it might be it might be the selection. Maybe there's too much for me to choose from, or not enough people are raving about it. I just have never really felt the need to purchase any of their blushes. So when the liquid blushes came out, I'm like, meh. Like, I prefer powder, and even if they do work amazing, I've never even tried their powder, so I might want to try their powder before hopping on to the liquid blush trend. So if you guys have any of them, let me know if you love them, if they're amazing, if they're better than the powders. I had some people comment on my last video like criticizing me, saying, oh, so you can be talked into buying these things, why'd you make this video then? And honestly, you guys, I'm human. I have an extreme love for makeup, and if somebody that I trust highly recommends one of these things and says, no, you were wrong, buy this, then maybe I will. So nothing is set in stone, especially because some of these are not even out on the market yet. So how am I supposed to know if I really will or will not like them? If someone that I trust recommends these NARS blushes, then maybe sometime down the road I will pick them up, and hopefully you guys don't hunt me down for including them in my anti-haul. But as of right now, they're not on my list of things to buy. They are on my no-buy list. So I figured I would share them with you guys. Okay, so that is it for my anti-haul this time, you guys. I'm going to try to do these as often as I can. If you guys enjoy anti-hauls, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And a little message to my subscribers, please make sure that you are still subscribed. I feel like I am experiencing a glitch on YouTube. I know that a lot of you guys have told me you've been unsubscribed without unsubscribing, so please just double check. And if you are new, I hope you decide to stick around and subscribe as well. I would love to have you here, and I put out new videos every single week. So if you guys want to follow me on my other social media, that is always down below, and hopefully I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.